Hello and welcome to Iron Port, proudly brought to you by West Blue Consulting, Ghana Oil Company Limited and Ghana Community Network Services, GCNet. Proud media partner is a Business and Financial Times. And people, this week, the Ghana Chamber of Shipping is leading a very strong advocacy for the maritime industry to have a stronger local content policy here in Ghana. The Chamber believes that this is the only way to create employment within the maritime industry locally.
The Ghana Chamber of Shipping has initiated moves towards ensuring the creation of a local content policy for the maritime industry in Ghana. To this end, the Chamber organized a roundtable conference to deliberate on issues that will engender the formulation of such a policy. The Chamber is examining areas including shipbuilding and ship repair, container repair, fisheries, port infrastructure, recreational boating, ship chandling, freight forwarding, ships agency, inland navigation and tourism, among others, within the framework of maritime clusters. The Deputy Minister for Transport, Daniel Titus Glover, addressing delegates at the conference, said that the local content policy, when created, will help combat unemployment in the country.
Unemployment is a major canker to us as a country. And we believe that we are able to come out with any strong local content acts or law. You should be able to fashion out a way of trying to absorb some of these graduates that are coming out of our universities.
He mentioned, however, that foreign participation should not be forgotten entirely, but a partnership between the local and foreign partners should be encouraged.
In so doing, we are not saying that we should forget about the participation of foreign influence in our economy. They are welcome, especially where it is non-existent in our country. Therefore, the partnership between the local and the foreign that will inure to the advantage of the two parties must be welcome, because it is going to help us in technology transfer, in knowledge, that will be able to boost the business that we're talking about.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping, Dr. Kofimbia, explained that the Chamber was not oblivious of the fact that not all local content policies inure to the benefit of the country, bringing to the fore the need to examine the particular sector and environment and to fashion out homegrown solutions.
Local content must thus not be equated to expropriation or nationalization, which engenders pessimism and undermines foreign direct investment. The cold and gloomy pessimism associated with policies which are underpinned by nationalization and indigenization must give way to a sunny and warm optimism of a win-win content policy that could be adopted to harness the potentials of this endeavor.
Chairman of the Chamber of Fishing, Ben Owusu-Mensah, who also doubled as the chairman of the conference, underscored the need for the country to institute measures that will make the maritime industry a blessing to the generality of the Ghanaian.
When the chamber started, one of the issues that the chamber started talking about was dealing with how to improve the involvement of indigenous Ghanaians in the delivery of shipping services.
Good advocacy there by the Ghana Chamber of Shipping and also the state insurance company, SIC. That's supposed to be the national guarantor for all transit goods in this country. Now, together with the Burkina Chamber of Commerce and the Burkina Customs, the SIC has launched a national single guarantee system that only allows the transit goods to have just one single bond instead of the previous where they used to have double bonds, one in Ghana and one in Burkina Faso.
The State Insurance Company Limited, SIC, who are the national guarantors of Ghana in collaboration with Burkina Chamber of Commerce and the Burkina Customs, has organized a sensitization program for stakeholders on the implementation of a new single transit guarantee system between Burkina Faso and Ghana. The new single transit guarantee system, which will begin on 1st September 2018, will ensure that a single bond is issued to trucks moving from Ghana's ports to Burkina Burkina Faso. Thus, only single premiums would be charged throughout the journey. Hitherto, transit trucks moving from Ghana to Burkina Faso, for instance, enter into a bond in Ghana, and then when they get to Burkina Faso, they enter into another bond. The single premium, which is in pursuance to ECOWAS protocol, is to improve trade facilitation between transit countries.
What we are saying that previously it was done per country. We are saying that no, to facilitate, that's why I use the word seamless trade. You do the guarantee in Ghana, you see, and then SM Bank in Nigeria will accept it, or the Chamber of Commerce in Burkina Faso will accept it. Instead of doing the bond over here, then you get to Burkina Faso and then you do another bond.
The implementation is meant to facilitate transit and trading activities between Ghana and Burkina Faso, hence encouraging other traders to work with the authority.
What it means is from the 1st of September, we are going to start a single transit system whereby a single bond will be issued from Ghana for the entire journey from TEMA port to its final destination in Ouagadougou. It means we are going to charge a single premium to facilitate trade, whereby when the truck gets to our borders, it doesn't have to get a new bond document for the rest of the journey.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry is also asking all Ghanaian businesses to begin to get strongly involved with export, because they feel that there have been too much importation into our country and tilting the pendulum of trade in our country, and there's a need to balance this particular pendulum by exporting a lot more. So they are calling on all businesses to begin to export. This week, the Ghana Free Zones exhibited a number of wonderful products that are produced in this country, and they are very pretty. The Trade Ministry believes that we can't export all these if we grow them a lot more.
The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Carlos Kingsley Ahenkra, has urged Ghanaians to reorient their focus on the use of made-in-Ghana products to help the economy to thrive. He said, for Ghana to survive from its economic crisis, there will be the need to increase exports and Ghanaians patronizing products made in Ghana to help attain surplus balance of payment. He made this known in a one-day exhibition organized by the Ghana Free Zones Authority. The Free Zones concept has been the main key component of the country's efforts to create jobs and boost technological skills of local manufacturers. Companies under the Free Zones program showcase goods and services ranging from agro-processing and manufactured end products from Ghanaian companies. The Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Carlos Kingsley Ahenkra, advised Ghanaians to reorient their focus on the use of made-in-Ghana products to help the economy to thrive. He said, for Ghana to survive from its economic crisis, there will be the need to increase exports.
Our concentration on the export market, on the export regime, is based on the fact that if we refuse to export more out of the country, our balance of payments becomes problematic. Currently, we are still existing or sitting in deficits, and it will be the joy of the government of Ghana to see that we have surpluses in our balance of payment. That is only possible if people of Ghana decide to wear and eat what we produce here in Ghana.
The Deputy Executive Secretary of Free Zones Authority, Kate Abel, said her outfit is excited about the Continental Free Trade Agreement, since it would open a lot of market opportunities for companies under the Free Zones program.
We are excited about the agreement, and we hope the licensed free zone enterprises will make the maximum of this opportunity to expand their frontiers and market to the whole of Africa.
The acting managing director of GN Electronic, Walali Kwabla Amevo, who is one of the exhibitors, said they are collaborating with institutions to train more young people to help create innovation and employment.
Let's move away from the very good news happening in the industry for a while and concentrate a little bit on some of the unfortunate ones. And this week, a 28-year-old Ghanaian sought to run away from this country through an illegal means that's called stowaway to seek greener pastures in the United States of America. He was caught, though.
The vigilance of TEMA port security personnel has led to the arrest of a 28-year-old Ghanaian who attempted to stow away to the United States of America. In an attempt to travel illegally, the culprit, Selassie Jordan, who hails from Efiekuma, a suburb of Takoradi in the western region, attempted boarding a Cameroonian vessel, MV Yaris. It is reported that Jordan thought the vessel was sailing to the US, where he could find greener pastures. Narrating the incident, the port security manager, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Punamani, said the victim was seen loitering around in the port and was cautioned. However, after some hours, he was seen climbing into a vessel going to Cameroon. The port security manager revealed that Jordan Selassie, who is now in the custody of the port security, will be handed over to the police.
When he joined the vessel, he was apprehended, and we'll process him and hand him over to the police and immigration so that they send him to court.
He warned that due to previous incidents, TEMA Port has improved upon its security systems and will continue to partner with other security agencies to help fight against stowaway in the port.
We are warning, TEMA Port is no go area for stowaway. We are warning because no matter what you do, we'll get you. We have improved our systems, our CCTV cameras are working, and we are even working hard to partner with other security people who can help us do thorough rummaging in the vessels.
He further advised individuals with a vision to travel outside the country to stick to the legal means of traveling in order not to get their lives endangered. The latest arrest brings to 18 the number of stowaways arrested at the TEMA port since the beginning of the year.
So the port security, as well as all the other security agencies, the police, marine police, navy and all of them, they say they are not leaving any stone unturned. So do not take the risk. If you try, they will nab you. And it's not even worth trying, folks. Stowaway, it's not good for you. Use the legitimate means to travel if you so wish to do that. Iron Pod returns after the break.
Paperless ports, the journey so far. On May 17th, 2017, the Vice President, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, announced key policies to reform the ports in Ghana.
From September 1st, we want to see mandatory joint inspections and examinations of containers at the port. Secondly, from September 1st, Ghana is going 100% paperless at the port. From September 1st.
The policies were the removal of custom barriers within the country, introduction of the Joint Inspection Management Information System, and the paperless ports. These policies gave far-reaching benefits to making the ports more competitive and to make doing business in Ghana very easy. As the positive results kept pouring in, the Vice President later announced additional policies to further enhance the ports in Ghana. These were reduction of 16 inspection agencies to 3 agencies, removal of customs long room, and introduction of integrated risk management system. So far, the benefits have been outstanding. Long room is history. Over 60% of goods have been cleared in less than 48 hours. There has been efficient revenue collection resulting in 24% increase in government collections. Demerit cost has reduced by 17.5%. The risk management system has reduced 100% mandatory inspections to 59%. Doing business in Ghana keeps getting better. Let us continue to improve trade facilitation together. This message is supported by the Ghana Trading Hub portal.
Congress. The Executive Council of the Regional Maritime University Alumni Association wishes to inform all alumni, both young and old, that the Mega Congress of the RMU Alumni Association will come off as follows. Date: Saturday, 25th August 2018. Time: 10:00 a.m. Venue: African Unity Auditorium, Regional Maritime University. Come, let us share ideas to build a better and stronger alumni association, to contribute our quota towards the growth of the Regional Maritime University, as well as make positive impact on maritime affairs and the maritime sector in general. Come, let us socialize and network with old friends, as well as make new friends. Side attraction: cultural music and dance by a renowned cultural troupe in Accra. Refreshment abounds. Come one, come all. RSVP: Engineer Theodore Mensah, President, 024-2346-451. Captain Catherine Hazel, General Secretary, 0266-457793.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Gold Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Eye on Port. And coming up next are other news and activities that are happening within the port and maritime industry locally here in Ghana.
The DG of GPHA, Michael Luguje, also promised to restore the TEMA shipyard to a modern state to meet the needs of the business market when he visited their site.
I'm more encouraged by what I've seen, and the fact that this is a huge potential that we've left lying idle for so many years. So we need to do everything possible to bring it back to modern state so that we can take advantage of the big market and make a lot of money for our economy.
He added that it is the responsibility of GPHA to ensure that government expedite action to improve the TEMA dry dock company.
I know government is already looking at what to do about it. So it's our job as GPHA to push government to quicken the action they are supposed to take, to find the necessary investment that can modernize all the facilities we have here so that we can take advantage of the business.
The CEO of the TEMA shipyard, Captain Francis Kwesi Micah, expressed gratitude to the DG for his assurance.
The TEMA Chamber of Commerce has held its third bi-monthly meeting to discuss the reintroduction of the cargo tracking notes (CTN) and ways to surmount challenges confronting the modern entrepreneur. The TEMA Chamber of Commerce uses its bi-monthly meetings to address challenges its members face in their operations. This time, issues discussed included the cargo tracking notes, which some shippers have kicked against its implementation. The technical advisor to the Commissioner of Customs, Christian Suti, explained that the cargo tracking note is an instrument that will facilitate trade in the country.
We want when your goods come, we have an idea what is there. You come and you take your goods, you clear, and you go. So that even within 2 hours, our strategic plan says 6 hours, your goods should leave the port.
Professor John Bright Ahetu, a seasoned entrepreneur, emphasized on the importance for the chamber to set up a special consultancy wing for members at a low or no charge at all. He disclosed that an entrepreneur does not need a colossal amount to begin a business, but rather focus on how to put a good business plan to help develop it.
You cannot take your pension money and gamble it away on a business idea that you're not sure about, that you do not really understand, that you don't do research and actually discuss and know that this is a viable idea.
He advised entrepreneurs to be open for criticisms, as this could aid in realizing their business dreams.
The Center for Maritime Regulation, Law and Security has held its maiden maritime regulation and enforcement training for security personnel in the port and maritime industry. The 5-day program covered issues on the overview of the law of the sea, safety and security, legal framework for marine pollution, legal framework for fisheries and other related issues. The Director General of Ghana Maritime Authority, Kwame Owusu, said, in executing its mandate for safety and security, the Ghana Maritime Authority has deployed a number of monitoring surveillance tools, such as vessel traffic monitoring information system.
This is important because we must move beyond the era of undertaking our monitoring and enforcement mandate from our offices to being on the water, making sure that vessels comply with regulations of GMA, which are set in accordance with international conventions and instruments of the International Maritime Organization.
The Executive Director of the Center for Maritime Law and Security Africa, Dr. Kamaldeen, said the training program aims to enhance the capacity of institutions which deal with maritime issues, create synergy among stakeholders, and promote cooperation in maritime issues.
We find this as a major contribution to maritime activities. As a coastal state, it's important that we keep our stewardship, that we provide order at sea, and the Center of Maritime Security is doing this. So looking forward, we are happy to collaborate with other stakeholders in delivering this course and enhancing the capacity of our institution.
United States Coast Guard has conducted a 5-day capacity building training on International Shipping and Port Facility Security Code (ISPS) audit at the Port of Takoradi. Trainees of the program included 20 participants from the Fire and Safety Department, Security Department, and Marine Operations Department of the Port of Takoradi. Ron Caputo, a facilitator of the program, said the training highlighted principles to conduct audits for continued improvement of port security.
Today, we'll be taking the participants to the port to complete their audits plans and review different sections of the plan, coming back later, writing up some recommendations, and then presenting them to the Port Facility Security Officer, Captain Quason, for potential implementation into a new plan and improvement.
Participants carried out practical exercises to audit restricted areas and the Monitoring and Control Department, where they later presented their findings with recommendations. Harbour Master for Takoradi Port, Captain James R. Quason, said recommendations will be compiled into an audit report and implemented. He further expressed gratitude to the organizers of the training program.
We did auditing on access control, monitoring restricted areas, and training exercise and drills. It was all well successful. The U.S. Coast Guard will be coming again to see what we did after the audit and how the port is improving.
Course representative of the training, Captain Steve Amu Jr., explained the training will ensure that the facility safety plan in the Takoradi port is being implemented.
The idea is to help ensure that the facility safety plan that we have in the port is actually being carried out practically.
The Fire and Safety Department of the Port of TEMA has organized a training session to educate fire officers on how to use an ultra-modern firefighting kit called PSS 7000 breathing apparatus set. The area manager for Draeger South Africa, a company which supplies and distributes breathalyzers, Carl Gamelin, took participants through the operations of the PSS 7000 breathing apparatus set.
The Merlin system that you have behind you is works with a telemetry system that communicates over range via telemetry. You take a teletag out of a BA set, you put it in here, okay, and then this communicates both to the BA set and from the BA set. So with a push of a single button, if you look at this button here, with a push of a single button, you can actually evacuate one person or the entire team, or the person in the fire can push a button on his BA set communicating that he is in trouble to the scene commander to ask for help and to get people back.
The Fire and Safety Manager of Tema Port, Jimmy Nabdaisy, expressed appreciation to the management of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority for introducing such an initiative to ensure the safety of the marine firefighters.
In the course of firefighting, the whole structure is giving way, and maybe you'll be killed. Your supreme commander or your duty officer need to just apply a knob, and you are already informed. You need to just acknowledge that you've heard information, and all of the firemen who have been deployed in the fire scene will run off to safety. So this is a serious interface that has been added.
He entreated fire officers to maintain the equipment well in order to enjoy the efficiency of the equipment.
Next up, our international port news.
An anti-corruption project aiming for port calls without demands of any kind in payments, harassment, or the threat of illicit delays has been completed in Nigeria with positive outcomes. According to Danish Shipping, Nigeria is one of the most challenging countries to do business with unlawful demands at the ports. For the shipping industry, there are numerous steps in the vessel clearance processes which lead to inefficient operations and increase the opportunity for illegitimate demands in ports. The Maritime Anti-Corruption Network has been active in Nigeria for a number of years and has been able to push for improvements in port processes. With funding from several donors, the network has been able to develop a platform of tools to improve the port environment. According to a report from security services company EOS Risk Group, Nigerian pirates have taken 35 seafarers from vessels in the Gulf of Guinea from January through June 2018. The number of sailors removed from vessels and held for ransom was the same as those witnessed during the first half of 2017. However, petrol piracy, which had been dormant for the past 2 years, as only 2 attempted hijack for oil theft cases were reported, seems to have returned to the area with the hijacking of the UK flagged MT Barrett in Cotonou Anchorage, Benin on January 10, 2018. Mexico-based LNG company Enestas has joined CLNG, a multi-sector industry coalition aiming at accelerating the adoption of LNG as a marine fuel. With the addition of Enestas, the CLNG coalition bolsters its efforts to drive forward LNG as a marine fuel and to progress its role as a viable solution in the energy transition within shipping. As the largest private LNG company in Mexico and with the largest LNG distribution network, Enestas is expecting to support the coalition's vision of a competitive global LNG value chain for cleaning maritime shipping by 2020. Maersk Line's 1,827 TEU container ship Cecil Maersk collided with a fishing vessel on August 7 while en route to Le Port Réunion, a small island in the vicinity of Madagascar. The fishermen were rescued and no injuries were sustained. The fishing vessel has reported sustaining hull damage. All relevant authorities have been notified and the incident has been reported to the vessel's P&I Club, insurers and flag state. Maersk Line confirmed to World Maritime News in an email statement. The fishing vessel, identified as Le Pouffin, reportedly had 5 crew members on board who were picked up by the ship after the incident.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Gold Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
And schedules of vessels that are sitting in the port, those at Anchorage, those expected in the coming week, including all fishing vessels, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate, are all next on your screen. it for this week's episode of Iron Pod. Thank you for watching the program, and thanks a lot to the entire crew that I have: Robert Nyatichi, Godwin Kabute, Solomon Anderson, Joe Boone, Joe Lavo, Flavia Amoesi, executive producers Madame Abna Sewa Opokufosu, and Esther JB Donko. Thanks for watching.